So plenty of European football took place this week, and it's Thursday, so that means action from the UEFA Europa League. Match week 2 took centre stage with 18 matches. Let's have a quick look at the results of the 17 matches that were on tap for this Thursday. Yeah? Porto and Man United, we should have highlights for that in a few minutes from now. 3-3 the scoreline there. Victories for Michelin, Anderlecht and Olympiacos. Hoffenheim 2-0 over Dinamo Kiev. Malmo, Lazio with victories as well. Galatasaray and FK RFS in a 2-2 draw. Ajax 1-1 with Slavia Prague. Ferencváros and Tottenham played a 3-goal game with Tottenham winning by 2-1. Yeah, number of clubs. Well, okay, so we want to go to the highlights there of the 3-3 game between Man United and Porto, which turned out badly for Man United, who had led 2-0 in the game, Ricardo. And I guess it's the story of Man United's season so far.
You know, you said it turned out badly, but Manchester United got a draw with the Porto. If you had given me that at the start of the day, I would have taken it. Albeit that Manchester United was leading by 2-0. But if you look at the recent history of Manchester United under Erik ten Hag, and specifically in Europe as well, whether it was the Champions League last season or it is the Europa League this time around, then you'll realize that Manchester United have squandered a number of leads. Twice last season in the Champions League, they squandered leads against Galatasaray. They also squandered a lead in the Champions League last season against Copenhagen as well. Remember, didn't get out of the first round. And then this season, squandered a lead to FC 20. And today, a 2-0 advantage against the FC Porto, which, let's be honest, is not a massive surprise given everything that has happened in the last year and given how Manchester United have looked this season. I've said it already and I'll say it again. This is the worst Manchester United team I have ever seen in life. Well, certainly in my lifetime. And if there was a worst one, then it must have been before I was born. But nothing surprising about what took place today, Lance and Mariah. By the way, brilliant goal from Marcus Rashford. But hey, outside of that, Manchester United being Manchester United as far as I'm concerned. And I think Manchester United fans should be happy with the 3-3 draw.
Yeah, and I think for quite some time, you know, when you talked about Manchester United, it was a team, and for many of you that forgot, because it has been quite some time, a team that was fair, you know, a team that when you go up against them, you're going to get competitive action. But as of recent, even when you see a Manchester United team leading, you know there are going to be slip-ups and something is going to happen that is going to end the result in a negative manner. And that happened today, because when you walked into the office, Lance, they were leading 2-0.
Yes.
And I believe somebody came and laughed about it, saying that, you know, it's 2-0. And the comment was made that, yeah, it's 2-0, but it's going to turn out against Manchester United.
It was Daniel, actually,
right,
who is a Chelsea fan, but go ahead.
Right,
yeah.
that it was going to turn out. But that's the thing now. Other clubs that would have feared and respected a Manchester United team are now actually making fun of them. And it all goes down to how sloppy they've been performing, the inconsistencies. Coach now, I don't know how long these owners are going to put up with this kind of performance, because this is not even the EPL we're talking about Thursday football, where we'd expect Man U to dominate.
Well, don't get it wrong. I mean, FC Porto is a very good team. So let's understand that. And that's why I say Manchester United, in my opinion, have actually done well to get a draw today, because they're up against a quality side, a side that does not usually give up a lot of goals. And Man U are still able to score all of 3 today. But Mariah, there's absolutely nothing to fear about this Manchester United team. There's nothing to fear about this current Manchester United setup. But why are we surprised? Cristiano Ronaldo told the world what was happening at Manchester United, and people said, well, he shouldn't have said a lot of the things. He was bitter because he wasn't being played. Ronaldo was blamed for a lot of what was happening at the club, for the fact that the team wasn't playing well. Well, Ronaldo was old, so with him the team couldn't press. Well, what are we pressed for? We're pressed for quality results.
Press for time on Coach Ten Hag.
Well, let's go to the highlights because, as we said, Man U led by 2-0, but in the end had to come from behind for a 3-3 draw with 10 players.
Off we go then. It's Porto in the blue and white striped shirts and blue shorts, kicking from left to right in this first half. Now Rashford. Bold run, lovely run. Goes inside his man and scores! Diogo Costa should have done better in the Porto goal, but it was an adventurous run by Marcus Rashford that gives Manchester United a very welcome lead to relieve some of the pressure on Erik ten Hag. But Diogo Costa looked pig-sick. He knows he should have done better. Fullback gave him 5-6 yards. Got up ahead of steam. Lovely little bit of trickery inside, and the goalkeeper for some reason went to save that sort of shot with his foot in that sort of position, didn't get his body behind it. Poor technique, squirmed beneath it. Here's Eriksen opening things up to Rashford, who looks lively on this left-hand side. Good ball in, shot by Højlund. It's there, I think. A little check from the referee. He gets the buzz of the watch, it's over the line, and Manchester United lead by 2-0. And again, it's danger down the left-hand side. And Højlund, in his first start of the campaign, gets his first goal of 24-25. 2-0 Manchester United. A very good start by the Premier League side. Eriksen with the controlled run, the lovely release of the ball, perfect weight to Rashford. Højlund makes the run. Porto statuesque. Nico Gonzalez. Mario with the cross. Good save, comes out, they've got one. Pepe followed it up. De Ligt's header, Dallo very hesitant. I think the resulting header that brought the save was off a Manchester United player. Good stop by Onana, would have gone in off Mazraoui, I think. Yes, indeed, it would have been an own goal. Lovely save. Porto looked dangerous here, João Mario. Hooks it into the middle. Half a chance here to get the shot away. Nico Gonzalez, João Mario back in, looking for Samu! From 2-0 down, it's 2-2. £15 million they paid of what was supposed to be a 100 million release clause from Atletico. Stucken did really well. When the cross came in, he was simply far too strong for De Ligt. On the corner by Nico. Chance here to run by Pepe. In it comes! What a wonderful finish by Samu! It's 3-2. This man is on fire. Watch of the movement for Samu. Is it offside? No, he's being played on by Mazraoui. Darting against Martinez, leaving him behind. And De Ligt once again was too slow to react in the middle to the movement of Samu. Nacho with the cross. Bruno Fernandes was in there, foot was raised. Certainly the ball wasn't there to be won like that. But he got a touch on. The defender was leaning into it. It's a yellow card for Bruno Fernandes, which follows the first, and Manchester United's night has gone from bad to fairly shambolic. Eriksen will curl away from goal. It's 3-3. Harry Maguire. Maguire equalises. Too strong in there. Should Porto have left Samu on the field of play? Well, what a game this has been. A sensational game. 2-0 up Manchester United through Rashford and Højlund. 3-2 Porto. Pepe, 2 for Samu was magnificent. They took him off, it made a difference. Maguire got the equaliser. 3-3. 2 draws in a row for Manchester United. Porto yet to win a game in this year's Europa. This was sensational, and it finishes all square. Porto 3, Manchester United 3.
So a roller coaster night for Manchester United. Joy initially, then despair, then I guess some satisfaction with a 3-3 draw. Brent Sancho is online to recap what happened today. constant critic of Manchester United, Brent Sancho, and I guess with good reason, Brent.
Lads, what an introduction. Thank you very much. First you had most of Tobago angry at me the last time you said something. When I said Trinidad playing in Tobago is normally a bad omen. Now you have the Manchester United fans angry with me. No.
Well, they were angry before I started saying anything, Brent, but go ahead.
Fair point. But no, look.
But to be honest, the reasonable Manchester United fans have no reason to be upset with you.
No, they don't, and I think, like Ricardo would have said in what he first started to discuss, it is a challenge to watch Manchester United now. It's not anything that you would expect from a team that's considered to be one of the best teams in world football when it comes to their stature, and it's difficult to take in a lot of what is transpired, because to be honest with all of you guys, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up that they've allowed Erik ten Hag to continue on as manager, knowing very well, allowed him to even spend more money in the transfer market and put whomever is to come in a predicament. It doesn't make sense the way they've run the football club in terms of the relationship between the Ineos and the Glazers. I think that's crazy, and that's why you don't see it in any other football club. And when you look at the game today, and the in-game management leading 2-0, cruising at some point, but yet still the effort. I mean, they were gifted 2 goals. Let's be honest, they were gifted 2 goals by the Portuguese goalkeeper Costa, and they had that lead. But within that game, within the trend of the first half, they still looked dangerous. Rashford looked dangerous coming in the side, of course, and they did have their moments. But then it all started going wrong, and a lot of it went wrong is because the other side of the game that they've been very poor at, which is defending, working hard, showing the desire and the passion that you need from a football team to win stuff, was not there. And that's why Porto got back in the game, and that's why, to be fair, Porto would feel a bit aggrieved that they didn't go on to win this match.
Yeah, and Brent, you just said something that suggested to me that you expect Ten Hag to lose his job soon.
I'm surprised he's still there because they just can't continue like this. It's a team that lacks identity. It's a team where players look completely lost. And when you look at some of the top players within the side, I think Bruno Fernandes is beyond reckless and careless. And that's just me describing the way he plays. I'm not even talking about the red cards that he's gotten. I single out Marcus Rashford for his lack of energy and commitment to the team. And I can go on, and I can go to most of the players in there, and they just cannot continue. Because, lads, if they continue going, they just keep digging themselves a bigger hole for when they do decide to pull the trigger on Ten Hag, and I think that would be the challenge. Okay,
Brent, we're out of time. We've got to leave it there. I'm sure we'll have more discussions on this, as well as other major topics in football that we're anxious to discuss with you. But we're out of time. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, guys, have a great one.
Yeah, Brent Sancho there. And we'll be back to put the wrap on the SportsMax Zone for this Thursday after the break.